Hi, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen. Before we start, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all my subscribers. It's been quite a few over the last week or two, so welcome. I've got this tea light mould from Temu as usual. So it stands here, and then this part, in theory, will stand in there. So you have the light kind of shining behind it. I'm going to do this in casting powder. So I've got a new one. It's called aqua resin. I've not tried this one before. I've only ever tried one other casting powder and it worked okay, but really want to try this one. So this one is a 10:3 ratio. So for every 10 grams of powder, you use 3 grams of water. So I've got 200 grams of powder weighed out here. And then I have 60 grams of water here. I only have a 5-minute working time on this, so once I get going, I'm going to have to be pretty quick on it. So I'm trying to move things around so you can see, not that you really need to see me mixing up, I'm sure you've seen plenty of other people do it. But just check there's no lumps in there really. I have asked around in the Discord group and don't think anybody's ever heard of this one before. Price-wise, it was pretty good. I got a 3-kilo bag for under €30. Which compared to the others that I looked at, it was a pretty good price. It's mixing up, seems to be mixing up pretty well. Sorry about the scrapey noise. So I'm kind of toying with the idea of throwing some gold flake in here. Whether or not it'll show through is anybody's guess, but I've got it sat here, so I've got these sheets of gold foil. Just got to break that up, whisk it through, which should hope it'll break up better than that with the whisking. But as I say, I don't really have an awful lot of time. Yeah, I think I've just totally ruined it, but I think the lumps that I can see are actually bubbles and bits of foil. At least I hope so, because it seemed fairly lump free before I threw that in. I've also got this yellowish gold acrylic paint. So pretty much everything apart from the gold foil, which I think came from Amazon, pretty much everything else came from Temu. Why is that not coming out? I did start it off before doing this. I don't really want to colour. I just want to kind of get a bit of a marbling effect with that, and that's not going to work at all, is it? So I've used acrylic paints the last couple of times. I've used a casting powder, and it stayed pretty good in terms of marbling through. I'm filming. Bear with me one sec. Okay, so yep, this feels like it's starting to thicken up already, so I'm going to get this poured really quickly. Hope you can see what I'm doing, because I don't even know if I've mixed up enough really, because I've never used this one before. And it doesn't look like I'm going to have enough for the base as well, so I'll have to do that separately. The main thing is to get this part done first before it sets in the bowl. Pull that over here a bit so I can see what I'm doing. There we go, making a mess. Let's get this poured into the base quickly. I'll top it up. I'll mix some more to top it up, but just really want to get this in. Although it is reasonably priced, it's still too expensive to waste. It's not too bad actually. I think probably another 100 grams of powder will finish this off. Just gonna scrape that in there. That's not doing too well, is it? Let me get one of these. Not that. Oh, and I thought I was so organised today. My daughter's over here visiting. She just walked into the garage. Nobody told her I was filming. I'm going to put a massive board outside my garage to let people know when not to walk in. Although I've been threatening to do that for a while and I still haven't done it. Just trying to get this, missed that bit completely. I know you can't see what I'm doing, sorry about that. Oh, wobbly hands. And okay, this isn't level either, so I'm going to have to get something under there quickly. I may already be too late on this. Nope, still nice and wobbly. Just trying to get any bubbles released. Cocktail stick. Here we go. Yeah, I'm really not very with it today. Some of you may know that we have quite a few feral cats here in Spain, but I also have 4 adults that have moved into my garden, and we have 2 males and 2 females, and unfortunately the females have recently both given birth. We are struggling to find homes for the kittens, but the town council very kindly sent somebody to bring some traps to us, and I managed this morning to trap one of the females. The males have obviously got more sense than to enter the traps, unfortunately, but I'll keep trying. I'll just stop feeding them until they go in there, because that's the only place they'll be able to get food. Just going to give this bowl a quick wipe out. Okay, so I'm going to switch off now, because you don't need to see me topping this off. I'll get the rest of it filled up, and I'll see you for the demold. Bye. Hi, we're back. So as you can probably see, I made a bit of a mess of this, topping it up, masses of overspill. It feels set. I'm going to start with the easy part though. I'm saying it's the easy part. My luck, it won't be. You can see a line here where I topped up. I'm hoping that's not going to show too much when it's completely dried out. Oh, I can see a little air bubble there. The back is much smoother than it was with the Tumu powder. And there we go. Tiny little bubble here and there. Overall, I'm really very pleased with that. You can't really see the gold foil. You can see that there's something in there, but you can't tell what it is. Although I think that it's actually a cat hair. Excellent. Okay, let's try and do this carefully. I'm really nervous about breaking this with the detail. Here we go. We'll obviously clean up the overspill mess Sorry, I'm trying to keep it in shot at the same time. It's a bit more difficult to come in because it's full of overspill. Okay. Oh, that's actually turned out really well. Can get most of this off now because I don't want it to get too hard and then make it more difficult to get off. I don't know how easy or otherwise this would be when it's completely set. But here we go. We're getting there. Just going to grab myself a sharp pointy thing and see if I can. That was easy. Get this out. The overspill is a little thicker there, but that's okay. Got it. Almost there. So far, other than the lack of gold showing through, which was disappointing but not unexpected, I'll do something else similarly, and I will attempt. Marbling actually worked fairly well in the cheap Timu powder. Not so much in this one, but I have an idea of how to try it again. Here we go. It's very pretty. Making a mess everywhere, of course, but that's not unusual for me. I just realised the washing machine is running in the background. I hope it's not distracting too much on the video. I don't really notice it anymore, really. But just going to pop this little bit out here, and we're pretty much done. I think the machine is about to start spinning, so that'll be an interesting noise. Here we go. Still got the tiniest little bit of tidy up to do, but I can do that later. There's another cat hair in here. Too many cats. Okay, so in theory, this just sits in here. Let me turn the candle on, that'd be useful, wouldn't it? Bear with me 1 second. And the candle sits behind it like this, if you can see that. I'll finish it up, seal it, and actually I may come back in a minute and see if I can paint the lettering in. Let me think about that and see you shortly. Bye. Hi again, slight change of plan. I'm going to mix up some more and try this mould again. Now I know obviously from doing the last one this actually takes 300 grams of powder. So got it measured up. Really didn't think you'd be interested in seeing me weigh the powder, because I'm not doing, this is not a review on the actual powder itself, so if it was I would be more careful about showing you all the details. But so 300 grams of powder, 90 grams of water. It's mixed in. does mix in nice and easy, as you saw the last time. I suppose I could have done this stage prior to switching the camera on, but on the other hand, there's no time to mess about pressing buttons on the phone when you're using this. It says you have 5 minutes work time, but it felt like it was starting to set well before that. So, okay, so I think the powder is mixed in well. So I'm going to colour it with this acrylic paint. Don't know how much I'm going to need. Put that big blob in and see how it goes. It's nice. Give a really good colour. If anything, I'll probably put too much in there, but that's fine. Yeah, I had intended it not to be that dark, but it'll be nice anyway. What I also want to do very quickly is I've got this holographic glitter in blue. Just going to put a couple of spoonfuls of this in. I don't know if you'll see this, but I'd like it to have a bit of a sparkle. It feels like it's already starting to thicken up. And it's been roughly 2 minutes since I started mixing. It seems to be about as mixed as it's going to be. So, pop that on a bit of plastic over there. And here we go. See a few bubbles in here, but I'm trying not to over pour as badly as I did last time. I'm starting already. Don't think you can even see what I'm doing. No, I'm going way over. Oh, come on, get in there. Probably end up with more on the mat than I do in the mould at this rate. So for the first time I mixed 200 and then I had to mix another 100 to top it up. I've mixed 300 this time and I'm still not convinced it's going to be quite enough. Oh, what a mess. It's very thick already, as you can probably tell. So I'll just get this poured quickly in here before it sets. Scraper. Just going to go over it. Really don't care if it ends up on the mat as long as it gets into all the spaces in the mould. If there's any over pour, I can go back and deal with that, same as I did with the last one. The important thing is that the mould is actually filled. Let's quickly get as much out of here as I can. If it's very slightly under, it's fine. I'm not going to bother mixing up another 50 grams or so. But I'm not quite sure how that happened because we took 300 in total the first time. I've mixed up 300 this time and it doesn't appear to be quite enough. But it's fine. Everything's fine. As I said, I put far too much paint in there. I should have done it in stages, so it's much darker than I originally planned, but I'm sure it'll look lovely. Okay, that's near as damn it full. Just going to give it a little wiggle, wait for that to set, and I'll see you again for the demold. Bye. Hi, back for the demold. Again, we'll start with the base. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, battery warning on my phone, so I better do this quite quickly. Because I poured this all in one go, I did. I got a tiny little bubble just there, and one exactly the opposite side. Not too bad. Sadly, I can't see any sparkle in there at all. Because I over poured, this is a real mess, unfortunately. Same as the other one was. It's quite weird that I can actually see sparkle on the back of it here, but can't see any on the front. But there are worse things that could have happened. Like I could snap this getting it out of the mould. Okay, I'll get this all cleaned up later. Let's turn him over. Oh, okay. Got a couple of bubbles in it this time, just here and there. Oh, and a huge one there. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. Okay. Have to see what I can do about fixing those up. I will let them completely dry, get them sealed, and I will get you some pictures of the finished articles. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it one of them, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.